Soneium Avengers Assemble. We have a new limited time event with Soneium and Superboard, which will help us progress towards that enormous Soneium airdrop and even the Superboard airdrop, qualifying us for 2 airdrops in 1. This is part 4 of the Soneium airdrop guide series, and if you need to check out the last ones, they'll be in the description down below. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into the video. Now, to begin with, as you can see, we are on the Superboard website on the Soneium campaign, which is known as Assemble on Soneium. Now we're going to go through all the information regarding this campaign. So as we can see over on X, posted by Soneium, Assemble on Soneium. This community-led initiative is for everyone curious about the Soneium ecosystem. Join now. So what is this exactly? Well, it's about experiencing the on-chain internet on Soneium packed with opportunities. By completing the quests across 25 ecosystem apps powered by Superboard, users can climb the leaderboard, and you can learn more here if you would like. So it's entirely up to you. I will leave this in the description down below, which will give a full blog on this event. As you can see, there are 25k up for grabs, but not only that, an airdrop opportunity. How to claim? Well, engage with apps from April 16th to May 15th, 11:59 PM UTC. Complete quests by each project. Rewards we drop to eligible users. Transparent and fully decentralized. Here are the participating apps, a lot of which we'll recognize from using them in other parts of our Soneium airdrop tutorial, so you can give them a check down here, but we'll be using those in this airdrop tutorial. Down below, we'll see daily fuels. So repeatable daily quests mean users can keep stacking super points by Superboard, and it's about consistent engagement. Explore, learn, and experience. So basically, guys, there will be daily quests that we can log into Superboard and very simply complete in order to earn super points and obviously help ourselves stack up transactions and build up that volume on the Soneium network. A 2-in-1 airdrop opportunity. Therefore, guys, if you are finally ready, as you can see, what we're going to do is we're going to leave this in the description down below, but we need to very simply sign up and sign in with Superboard. If you've seen some of our airdrop tutorials in the past, we've actually used Superboard before, but if you are brand new, you're going to very simply need to use one of your Web3 wallets, of which I've used my MetaMask in the past, and I'm going to be using that once again, and you're going to need to sign in. Now, once you are signed in, you need to confirm that you've got your MetaMask wallet, and you need to confirm you've got the Soneium network, as well as, of course, Ethereum assets in your Soneium wallet. If you haven't, guys, you're going to need to get some, and you can watch that in our previous airdrop tutorials. We're not going to show you how to bridge over to Soneium in this video unless, of course, it is a quest. So the first thing we want to do, guys, is, of course, start earning these rewards. And what we need to do is, of course, start completing quests. Now, we can see here that we've got daily quests that we can complete, and there are 9 to do. Swap via QuickSwap, swap via WaveX, supply via Kyo Finance, swap via Kyo Finance, swap via Soneium, supply via Untitled Bank, swap via Velodrome, X, Y, and Z. So we can see exactly what we need to do in the daily quests. Down below, as an overview, we can see all of the quests that are available here, and therefore what we want to do is complete all of them, or as many as possible, in order to earn these super points, stack up those transactions on Soneium, and build as much volume as possible and be active on as many different DApps as we possibly can. This is going to help us qualify for the Soneium airdrop, in my personal opinion, just like any other layer 2. And therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to first start off with completing some daily quests. So swap via WaveX. Let's start now. So this loop occurs every day. Swap any token of your choice on the Soneium network. PS ETH to wrapped ETH swap are not counted. Fair enough. We'll get 10 points, and of course it's on the Soneium network. So it's going to take us directly to WaveX. This is going to be a new platform of which I've never used before, if I remember correctly. I'm going to be using the same wallet of which I've got on Superboard. Once we are here, the next step is to very simply swap tokens. So I've already got A-star tokens in my wallet, but this time, guys, I want to swap ETH into A-star. So I'm going to choose an amount. It doesn't have to be that much, guys. There is not a minimum volume of which we need to do. I'm going to swap my tokens, and as you can see, once we've done this, which will literally take us only a few seconds, we can then head back over to Superboard because our swap has been processed. We can then go back over here and click verify. Once you have done that, it is checking your activity, and boom, we have officially completed it, and we can come back once it hits midnight and then complete this quest once again, earning ourselves 10 super points. Beautiful. Next, guys, we want to complete another one. So as you can see here, supply via Kyo Finance. Now, the best part is, guys, you don't have to do all of them. But if you do supply assets, of course, not only are you going to be helping the liquidity and strengthen the network, but you're going to help yourself qualify for possibly the Kyo Finance airdrop, the Soneium airdrop, and of course, the Superboard airdrop. So the more apps you're able to participate in, the more airdrop opportunities you have, and the bigger airdrop rewards you'll probably receive. Of course, bear in mind, guys, that there are risks when supplying assets, and of course, when there are swap swapping tokens, or whatever you do in the world of crypto, you must proceed with caution, and therefore using a burner wallet can always help. Just as a reminder, guys, we are not financial advisors. We do not give any financial advice. Use a burner wallet for extra security and always conduct your own research. Nonetheless, as you can see here, once you're ready, you can supply any asset in your wallet. We've got ETH, A-Star and USDC in our wallet. You can see the amount of APY that you will earn per asset. And very simply, guys, I'm just going to choose ETH as a given. So deposit. I'm going to very simply choose an amount. It's not going to be that much, guys. It's going to be $1.60. Literally just a nice little transaction, because if I plan on supplying assets on Saki every single day, I don't want to obviously use all the assets in my wallet. I just want to use small increments, and then obviously 10 days later it will stack up, 15 days later it will stack up. The more I have, the better off it will be. So that is step 2. If we now come over to Superboard and click verify once again, fantastic. We'll then have completed that quest, and we can move on to the next one. So next up, guys, swap via Kyo Finance. Why not, guys? We've done this in the past when we were following other Soneium Airdrop tutorials. However, we very simply want to get started with the same wallet. As we can see, what we're going to do is we're going to very simply swap some tokens. This time, why don't we swap USDC into ETH? So I'm going to swap all of my USDC tokens into ETH. Down below, we can see the exact route of which it's going to take. And voila, once we have swapped it, we're going to go back over to Superboard. Now, I'm not going to complete every single daily quest, guys, because I believe you'll be able to do this on your own, because it really is that simple. However, this is just an introduction as to what you need to do every single day in order to maximize your points on Soneium and Superboard. Therefore, we can now head back over to Superboard once again, verify, and boom, checking your activity once again. Fantastic. So, guys, that is very simply the daily quests, and we can complete many more just by doing the same things once again. However, down below, this is where the real quests get started, and we can see extra points of which we can earn in comparison to the 10 points over here. So a nice 50 points per quest on these big quests are fantastic, and therefore we want to complete them one by one. Down below, it tells us to bridge to Soneium. So once we start the quest, if we've already got assets over there, it might already understand it, and we might not need to do it again. If we do, no problem, I would be happy to bridge more ETH over to Soneium. So if you click verify, guys, as you can see, the transaction's not found, and therefore you will need to bridge more ETH. So if we head over to Relay, which is another airdrop of which we've been focusing on, and we have a tutorial on our YouTube channel, be sure to check that out because this one could be massive. Once you are ready, choose the same wallet as always. Next thing, what you want to do is very simply choose a network of which you want to bridge from. Let's just say this time we bridge from Unichain, and we want to now bridge over to Soneium. We're going to very simply choose an amount to bridge over from Unichain. I'm going to bridge around $16, 0.01 ETH, and therefore once you are ready, you just confirm the swap. Happy days, guys. So simple and so easy. And then once we can see the confirmation, we can head back over to Superboard, try the verify button once again, and voila, we have completed the quest. Next, follow Soneium on X. We already do that, so if you confirm that, voila, fantastic. Next, join Soneium on Discord. I've already done that, but if you need to, the option is there. Fantastic. Up next, join Soneium on Telegram. Completely up to you. Once again, the option is there. Verify it. Move on to the next step, which is retweeting on X. If you want to do that, it's entirely up to you. I believe it is optional. And then once you are ready, you just need to claim your 50 super points. Absolutely super. Beautiful. Let's continue and let's move on to the next quest after taking our 50 super points. Lovely. Boom. So we've claimed those 50 super points. It is minting super points with absolutely no transaction required. I absolutely love it. Next step, if we come back over, as you can see, once we come back, we now need to complete the next quest, which is Assemble on Soneium, mint Meowminator. Now this is pretty funny. So if we come over here, we want to very simply click start quest and boom, mint the Meowminator NFT, which is hilarious. If we open that up, it's on Sonova, so it's an NFT platform within the Soneium ecosystem. We're now going to use the same wallet once again. If it's your burner wallet, no problem whatsoever. As you can see, what we want to do is very simply get ourselves this minted NFT, which has only got 2,061 participants. Now guys, the competition on this network seems to be very low right now. Maybe not many people know about Assemble, but lucky for us, we are obviously here qualifying for their airdrop and obviously trying to get the biggest airdrop possible. Now, once you are ready and you've signed yourself in, you can very simply mint the NFT, which you can see here right behind my screen. And therefore, once you are happy, you're just going to confirm the transaction. This is obviously completely optional and you don't have to do this. but this is a commemorative NFT, so this may help you for both Superboard and Soneium's Airdrop. More transactions, more volume, more points, more obviously commemorative NFTs, the better off will be for an airdrop. However, coming back over to Superboard, if we verify it, boom, we've completed that quest. We can now then follow Superboard on X, which we've already done. Next up, it asks us to join Superboard on Telegram, which we can do. Join them on Discord, which I've already done. And boom, once again, we can now claim our 50 super points. Absolutely lovely. Now, we've done 100 points over on the quests, and we've done 3 daily rewards, and therefore that is 130 super points. This is fantastic, and therefore what we want to do is complete as many as possible. So Assemble on Soneium Kyo Finance. What's this one? Okay, well, we are going to get more into depth on Kyo Finance. So let's see what it asks us to do. Swap ETH to USDT 0, add liquidity, follow Kyo Finance. Now, it's pretty simple and easy to get started. Not everyone will want to provide liquidity. However, by providing liquidity, you are really supporting the network. And of course, in my personal opinion, Soneium and other networks really do heavily reward users who provide liquidity. So this could help you very much so for an airdrop. So what we want to do is start off with the first part of the quest. And as you can see, swap ETH to USDT 0, but it has to have a minimum swap of $10 from ETH to USDT 0. Therefore, guys, what we want to do is we want to head over to the swap section. We want to get ourselves USDT 0. I actually had USDT 0 when I was focusing in our Optimism Super Stacks video. However, that is not the focus of this video, but you can check that out on our YouTube channel. I'm here to very simply swap around $10 worth of ETH, and therefore we can see I'm going to swap around $13, and that is going to go above the threshold. So once we swap the tokens, we'll be able to complete the first part of the quest. So we're swapping ETH for USDT 0. Fantastic. Now that it's complete, we're going to head back over, verify the transaction. Next, we're going to have to provide liquidity, as it says over on Superboard. Provide at least $10 in liquidity for V3 pool pair on the Soneium network. So when we head over here, what it's going to ask of us is to provide liquidity in this pool. But the annoying thing is that of course it's ETH to USDCE, not ETH to USDT 0. And therefore, if you want to participate in this pool and complete the quest, we're going to need to get ourselves USDC.E. Therefore, if we go back over to swap, what I'm going to do is now swap my USDT 0 tokens into USDC.E. So I'm going to swap every single token, which is around $17.59. Best part is we're confirming another transaction and of course stacking up that volume, so it's going to help us out along the way anyway. However, once you have done this transaction and you've got USDC.E, we can then head back over to the liquidity pool. Next, down below, if we scroll all the way down, as you can see, we are now ready to input liquidity into the pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter very simply $6 of USDC.E, of which is going to be above the $10 minimum that we need. So it's going to balance out the amount of ETH that we need, and therefore we are going to have a position of roughly $12. Fantastic. So once you've done this, guys, this is going to be the providing liquidity on the Kyo Finance protocol, and therefore we'll be able to complete the quest over on Superboard. Very efficient and very easy. So in a matter of seconds, that was that. So we can go back over to Superboard and verify it. Absolutely love it. So the next step, follow Kyo Finance on X. I can already confirm that I've done that, so I'll verify it. And next we are going to claim our 50 super points. So guys, we've shown you how to provide liquidity and swap on Kyo Finance in order to get these rewards. What's next? Well, there are so many quests of which are very similar, so it's entirely up to you which ones you want to do. You don't have to do them all, some of which are going to be asking you to provide liquidity, some are going to be asking you to lend and borrow assets. It all depends on which protocols you are using, but honestly, look, there are so many different quests that you can complete. I'm not going to show you how to do them all, but one thing I want to point out is, guys, on the left hand side you can see there are 5,046 chats, and what that means is there are 5,046 users only using the Superboard platform on the Assemble on Soneium quest. Now, of course, we are very early to the party, and therefore the earlier you are, the better off you will be. By the time you're watching this video, there may be more chads using this platform. However, guys, there aren't that many, and therefore by using these quests and by completing these quests, we are going to very simply help ourselves qualify for 2 airdrops in one, but that's not even considering the ones that we are using in this video, such as Kyo Finance, for example, I don't know, Saki Finance, I don't know, maybe even SoneFi. So many of these different protocols in the Soneium ecosystem are yet to launch a token, and therefore by utilizing these protocols, we can very simply qualify for multiple airdrops. Now, up the top right corner, guys, you can see the progress of which we've done. I've got 9%, and therefore I need to keep completing rewards in order to get the maximum progress. Exactly what I'm going to do. In the leaderboard section, you can see how many points you've earned, and therefore we want to climb the leaderboard by earning more super. Once it loads up, you'll be able to see where you are ranked. However, the leaderboard is updated every 1 hour, so the quest that you complete now might not be processed until that hour has been updated. So guys, that is the Assemble on Soneium campaign, and we are very excited to show it to you. Another thing that you can do is, guys, of course, head over to the official Superboard website away from the Assembles on Soneium, and what you'll be able to do is complete other different quests available on the Superboard platform. It's very similar to Layer 3 and Interact, however, it's got its very own unique products and features, and therefore you can complete all of these other quests in order to earn super points as well. You are not just limited to the Superboard campaign for Assemble on Soneium. However, another thing, in the top right corner you can see this cat with the treat count. Down below on the homepage, you can see this unlock daily treat streaks. Feed Meow Sama daily treats to build your streak and earn exciting rewards. And therefore, this is like clicking GM every day. What you want to do is feed him now. So once you've done that, guys, as you can see, it will take a few seconds to load, and then your treat count will rise. Obviously, because we've only done it 1 day in a row now, it will say 1. But once you do it the second day, the third day, the fourth day, you'll see the treat count grow, and then hopefully you will earn more rewards. And then by the time the super airdrop comes, hopefully, guys, will get a fat one. Now, on the leaderboard overall, you'll be able to see your points overall on the Superboard ecosystem. You can see how much super people have earned. Obviously, I haven't earned that much. I've earned 900. But the competition isn't that stiff, and therefore I'm really going to be using this platform in order to earn more super points, interact with new protocols to obviously stack up transactions on ecosystems where airdrop opportunities are possible. However, guys, that is very simply the Superboard Cross with Soneium event. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section down below. In the future, we'll be diving into part 5 of the Soneium airdrop. However, if you would like to check out the last 3 videos, be sure to check those out in our YouTube channel, of which we'll leave in the description down below. But friends, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate every single one of you, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.